I've seen what's around the corner. I've seen what's over the horizon. And I promise you, you just have nothing to celebrate.
Absolutely nothing to celebrate. That clip was from the Boondocks by Aaron McGruder. Welcome to Off 63rd. I'm Garrard McClendon. Decades after the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. transitioned from agitator to martyr, we ask, are men stepping up to the plate? Are we to blame for the misguided behaviors of today's boys? Obscene language, tilted hats, sagging pants, and modern-day minstrels? I want to hear from you right now. Give me a call, 773-487-3630. Let's chart out a strategy because we have to do better. This is Off 63rd, Chicago, from the beach to the burbs. Are we living in a modern-day minstrel show? Thank you for joining us. You're watching Off 63rd, and you can call me right now, 773-487-3630. You can also listen to us on the web, WKKC.FM, and on the radio at 89.3 FM. Joining me tonight in the Off 63rd Forum, the chief facilitator of Hip Hop Detox and executive director of the Task Force Community Network, Brother Enoch Muhammad. Also with us tonight, founder and managing editor of Truth Be Told News Service and MG Media, Mr. Carl West. And rounding out our forum, ESPN commentator, motivational speaker, former NBA player, and fighting Illini, flying Illini point guard, Mr. Stephen Bardo. Gentlemen, welcome to Off 63rd.
How you doing?
Hey, let's get ready to rumble. Let's make sure you get your crossover on because we are about to get busy. Just heard that clip, gentlemen, from the Boondocks. Aaron McGruder. You talk about satire at its finest. Some people have likened Aaron McGruder to like a modern day Mark Twain. He speaks his mind through animation. But let's talk about black boys and boys in general. Have we lost our way? Why are boys so misguided in the new millennium? Carl West, start us off, man. What's up, man?
Well, I'm always going to be of the point that we have a section of little black boys who are definitely lost and misguided, and the sole responsibility for that misguided behavior of young black boys, of course, is the lack of men, the lack of manhood, the lack of fathers that are directly impacting their lives. So, we have that issue, but we don't want to, look at that as being, I think, the norm. I don't want to look at it as being a norm. I hear statistics, but I'm not always in favor of those statistics because I think that the average man who has children are definitely at least attempting to do the right thing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Brother Carl, and I want to talk about some of these statistics a little bit later because I'm glad you brought up the S word because so often things are jaded according to media. We're going to talk about mass media as well. Brother Enoch Muhammad, talk to us, man. Boys being misguided. We see them on the street corners. We see sometimes rampant misbehavior. What's going on, Enoch Muhammad?
Unfortunately, that's what the media wants us to see, unfortunately. If you want to see something different, then you have to go places where different things are happening. But if all you want to see is the pants sagging, all you want to see is them gang banging or talking crazy, well, that's what, unfortunately, the media wants to do that or wants to show that image. But there are a whole lot of other images that are not being shown, and we have to make a point of making that happen.
Okay, see, this is good. The first two gentlemen out of the gate are talking about the responsibility of the media. And speaking of media, flying Illini point guard, king of the crossover. Stephen Bardo, talk to me, man. These gentlemen are saying media's giving us kind of a bad play. But some of this stuff is true. If we step out right out here and go on 63rd, we're going to see some brothers with some T-shirts acting crazy. So, Stephen Bardo, misguided boys, what do we do, man?
Well, I think what we've heard so far is very accurate. And, young people, young black males don't understand what's really happening. They're being shut out. And if they're not keeping up, if they're not educating themselves, if they're not, like Brother Enoch said, seeing something different, then they're not exposing themselves to different lifestyles. And so, I think I have somewhat of a say because I've got 2 young knuckleheads myself. And they would be knuckleheads if I didn't put my size 14 in the backside. And so I think that, Carl mentioned that about the lack of men around. And so I think, we just need to step up collectively as black men. And we don't need to be, a part of a group or anything. We can start on our own corner. We can start where we know young men and start to have an effect that way, and hopefully it will move
Okay,
forward.
this is good. We are out the gate. We have 3 opinions here. We've got some great commentary. We're going to kick at the phones here. 773-487-3630 is the number. Call us right now. 773-487-3630. What's the solution for raising young boys? Many people think that young boys are just out of control right now. Some people think that the impetus of mamas raising all of these boys is a problem as well. Let me go to Facebook here quickly. Shalana says, wow, it's a shame we've been on Earth for millions of years, and that question keeps coming up. Africa says, it takes commitment, Gerard. It takes love. It takes a well-planned rites of passage program. I want to read one more here from Patrick. Love from a father is what it takes. And Smitty says it takes a lot of mental discipline. Let's talk about mental discipline. Is it hard to be mentally disciplined in a society that bombards us with terrible images? What do you think? I mean, you turn on the TV set now, and you see some pretty crazy stuff. Talk to me, Enoch.
Well, all day long you're going to see what. Again, the reason why I'm putting media first is because we deal with young people. You have to recognize I think our generation, we were one of the first ones to experience cable TV because television used to go off. There used to be a time where TV would go off. The children don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
And so our generation, we experienced 24/7 television, imaging, messages. Okay, well, what do you do with those messages? Do you know how to detox them? Do you know how to break those messages down so that you do not follow the wrong thing? And unfortunately, the generation before this generation, if you look at the 3 male figures, and I'm going to use the negative. I don't want to say negative, but just use the buck wild image. If you look at, quote unquote, the Lil Wayne Gucci Mane, and look at their uncle, Rick James, and then look at who's a good blues, Clarence Carter or the Oochie Coochie Man or whoever you want to pick.
I be stroking.
Yeah. But if you look at those, that's the same frequency, the same energy. But then on the opposite end, okay, you say you had Dr. King and Malcolm X. Well, what happened after that?
Oh, the legacy. So the qualities of good legacy didn't necessarily transcend. Before I go to phone, Stephen Bartow, you had a comment concerning media and the raising black boys.
Well, I just think that, young people, they are looking at what they want to look at. And young black males are listening to Lil Wayne. They're listening to Kanye. And if I could commission some brothers to develop a curriculum around rap music, these brothers would be much better off in school. They don't relate to anything that they're being taught. And so if they could make education relate to these young black males, I think that they would feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more enfranchised, and I think that they would do better.
I'm coming to you, Carl, after the phone call. It's interesting what you just said. I taught school for 17 years, and there was a young man who came to school on a Monday and didn't have his assignment completed. It was a 14-line sonnet that I wanted students to memorize. He didn't have it completed. I said, how dare you? You memorize an 800-word rap lyric in a weekend. So what happened to 14 lines? So it's a matter of priority, and I want to get to that shortly. DWAYNE, you're on the phone. DWAYNE, thanks for calling off 63rd. What's on your mind, DWAYNE? Hi, DWAYNE, what's on your mind? Okay, Carl, we're going to go to you, man. Let's talk to me, because I've heard you numerous times defend hip-hop, and we got hip-hop detox in the mix here, too. So talk to me.
Gucci Man, and he's talking about Lil Wayne. We got to be in a situation where we can offer clear, distinct messages to young men. So we got to be able to go to the radio stations and make sure that they're playing music that's more positive and stop putting out all of these negative messages. We still have the power to control that, and that's a sense of control that we really have not taken for ourselves. We just have not done that. Enoch has a great program with Hip Hop Detox. I've been there. I've helped with that. But he's not getting the press that he needs to get. He's not, the rappers and stuff that work with him, they're not the ones we're able to hear on the radio.
Hey,
so
DWAYNE, can I ask you a question? DWAYNE, what about the rappers that are getting multiple spins per day that have lyrically detrimental songs? What do we do about them? I mean, if the record company is feeding these songs to DJs who play this stuff, I mean, they're going to play it over and over. We can't stop that, can we?
No, well, we got to deal with those men directly and call them to account for their responsibility to the product that they put out there.
DWAYNE, what's their responsibility, man? They just want to make money, bro.
Well, we can't let people, a person can't be made to realize, if they're made to realize that they are damaging their people, that they're contributing to the decay of their community, then you would hope that they would do the right thing and start to do things that kind of, work better in terms of getting better messages out there, because they still have talent. And they can't allow their talent to be corrupted because somebody wants us to hear a negative message.
Hey, DWAYNE, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Carl, man, is this faulty leadership? Are we poking too much of a responsibility on radio stations and record companies? Talk to me.
Well, we know that these companies have one priority, and that is to generate revenue and take care of their bottom line. We cannot argue that, and if we continue to focus on that and debate that issue, we will lose all the time because they will continue doing it. They don't hear our cries. They have a priority to their bottom line. What we have to do is like anything else. If Nike want to sell more gym shoes, they increase their advertising. If a person want to sell more product, they increase the message. So we have to increase our responsibility, and our message has to be louder than theirs. We can't continue to argue a situation that's not going to change because we have no power to change what Lil Wayne does and what Gucci Mane does. I'm in agreement that these men responsibly should have a responsibility to their people and to the community and deliver positive messages. But if they don't, we see they don't in some degree. So now we have to be better and step our game up an extra level. We cannot let their voice be louder than ours.
Good point. 773-487-3630 is the number, 773-487-3630. Melissa, you're on off 63rd. Melissa, talk to me. What's on your mind tonight? Hi, Melissa.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
And it's Melissa. So my comment is that historically I think that we keep looking outwardly as individuals first for someone else to define us. When you do not know who you are, you'll follow anything because you're not clear. Personally, I think it's for your parents first to research who we are. We just didn't get here in the past 100 years. We were somebody before we came here. So people who are lost will follow anyone. And we keep saying, okay, it's your responsibility as the record company, it's your responsibility as this, and it's your responsibility as that. It's your responsibility as a soul walking this earth to give it your best and define who you are and stop allowing other people to tell you who you should be and figure out who you are.
Wow.
Your goal, your purpose, your aim. And we are not clear about that. All we have is a bunch of lost children, men and women, not just the black men. The black men take it too hard. Black women assisted in this situation. We raise the children. We bear the children. We are the hand that rocks the cradle. The first delivery of information is given from me, the woman. This is who you are, son. This is who you are, daughter. Those children don't know that. I'm not angry at them. I just wish that we had more adults, more people, not Jesse Jackson, nothing against the brother, not Tyler Perry, nothing against the brother. But the people sitting at home every day they see.
Yes.
Teach the children how to love their self because they're looking outwardly for love, which is a dead-end street.
Yeah, Melissa, thanks for the call.